Hi, this is Nelson Ranch again. I've been unable to show you the the training of the Umamusume that I have been doing since I was just too busy doing many things, and I was doing it on the side, and I was doing it on my cell phone, not my computer. But I've got a little bit of time now, so I'm going to record this video about what's been happening. So the Leo Cup is on. We know that it's 1,200 meters. It's the short distance. It's going to happen in Nakayama Racetrack. The season is summer. It's sunny and it's good condition on grass or turf. So, uh, because of the way Nakayama Racetrack is oriented, it's turning on the right, and it actually means that certain characters have advantages. So, like normal Seigun Sky, if you have a runner, if you have someone who's at the very front, a Nige, then Seigun Sky's unique skill, is perfect for this. If you're in the back, then of course Mejiro Ryan's unique skill, that's anabolic, is again also perfect for this. But aside from that, there are two characters from Senko, which I think are leaders, that are quite useful for this racetrack, and that is Taiki Shuttle and Nishino Flower. Now, I do not have Nishino Flower, but I do have Taiki Shuttle. So I'm actually going to, well, not, I actually did, train Taiki Shuttle a number of times, and I got some results. So let me talk about that. So Taiki Shuttle. Um, and I'm also going to, by the way, I'm also going to talk about King Halo and Mejiro Ryan, because those are the other two characters that I worked on for the last week or so. So Taiki Shuttle is here. Taiki Shuttle is great because she has 20% bonus on speed and 10% bonus on intelligence. Her unique skill is Victory Shot. The unfortunate thing is that all her gold skills are for the mile race, not for the short distance race, even though she's, A for, she can run short distance, no problem. She has difficulty running mid distance, and she can also easily run the dirts. So what I did for her is to basically pump in 10 mid-distance factors. So I actually pumped in one extra, 11, because because I had the character that had him, so that's fine. And so her middle distance went from E to A at the start of the game. And then I put in 3 short distance A, and I wanted to put in 3 short distance for grass or turf, but I couldn't, and I decided to go with the Senko 3, leader 3. So as for her parents, what I did was, this is the character that I will probably use. I borrowed this Oguri Cap, who has power 3, power 3, power 3 of 9, so power 9. And then this is Mayano Top Gun, who's got 3 in mid distance, 3 in intelligence. This is Modozensky, who's got 3 in short distance and 3 in intelligence. So that's 6 in intelligence and 2, I don't know, 1 in power. If I had time, I would basically have worked on El Condor Pasa to get this ultimately to to keep doing parents until I would get El Condor Pasa that's got at least 2 and something here, and 2 in grass or better, 2 or 3 in grass. But I wanted to test how it would go, so I tested it out with this, and lo and behold, this is a character, despite putting in mid distance, mid distance, mid distance, and mid distance for 4 of the 6, inherits. Only 1 for short distance. She got the short distance S. I don't think it's going to happen often, so I'm probably just going to go with this Taiki Shuttle. And I chose Oguri Cap and El Condor Pasa because these two characters have very powerful skills. Shori no Kodo for Oguri Cap and El Condor Pasa's Plancha Ganador. A lot of people don't like Plancha Ganador because it's a combined skill. It raises both speed and acceleration. But for Taiki Shuttle, I decided that it's probably better to have this skill than not, because the moment that she enters the final stretch, this will give her a little bit of boost in acceleration if she needs that little bit of acceleration, and it'll help her out in the speed as well. So that's why I chose this, because I'm not so sure if with her skill set she's fully going to be able to accelerate. Uh, she is going to fully accelerate if this kicks off, but if this doesn't kick off and I have to rely just on this, the assembly of the curve, then I'm kind of screwed. So I wanted more acceleration. So I have acceleration here. This is another acceleration skill, and whoops. Plancha Ganador from El Condor Pasa is another acceleration skill. So I wanted these acceleration skills, and so I put them on her. So that's why I chose those two. Chose Uguri Cap and El Condor Pasa. Now, as for the cards, because she has a bonus on speed and a bonus on intelligence, I decided to do 4 guts, 1 speed card, and 1 friend card. In fact, I could have done 5 guts, and I probably would have hit 1200 speed, because if I remember correctly, I went over the limit for 1200, and I was kind of like, 1300, some crazy number. But the reason why I put this card in is because I wanted Kitasan Black's gold skill. Kitasan Black's gold skill is, well, let's do it here. Kitasan Black's gold skill is this, the professor of the curve. And Yukino Bijin's gold skill from her is Somli of the curve. So because in the short distance, there's only a curve, there's only one curve, essentially, towards the end of the track, I decided to bank everything on the curve skills and put here. So this is a curve for leaders, and it's a double circle here. I couldn't get a curve for short distance, so I don't have that. But I do have this. This is the skill that increases speed when you get towards the final leg of the race. So, I'm hoping to increase speed as I enter the final stretch before the acceleration. And then when the acceleration starts, either this Somli of the curve to increase acceleration or the Ichiban bush to increase acceleration will kick in. And if I'm lucky, if I'm in 3rd or 4th place, her skill would proc, and then she would just zoom forward. And so, with the short distance S and double in right turn, so that's literally 1260 in speed with a times 1.1. I don't know what 1260 times 1.1 would be, but it's probably like 1356 or something like that, right? So it's real fast. And I'm hoping that she can win this championship meeting. I'm banking on her to win personally, but you never know. So the gold skills from here and from this, couldn't use any of the gold skills that she originally had. All right. So the other two characters. The other two characters are King Halo and Mejiro Ryan. Why King Halo? The reason why I chose here this King Halo is because she is one of my favorite characters in the game. And so until she wins a championship meeting, especially if it's a short track racing, she's always going to be there. So that's just a given. And King Halo actually, not that one. King Halo actually isn't that bad in terms of her bonuses. She has a bonus in 20% power and 10% guts. 20% power is big. That's what really helps. But she has none on speed, right? But her skill set's good. The electrical spark, right? Or the flash of electrical strike is very good. It increases speed, and it also increases a little bit of acceleration as well. This is good if I were, in the stadium, but I'm not. This was really awful in the past, but now it's a lot better. So, With that, and this skill, which allows her to go slightly faster if she's on the outside lanes, uh, we shall see, right? So I chose her, and the results that I got was what I showed you earlier, which is this King Halo, a UG rank. Um, the key difference between what's her name? Taiki Shuttle and King Halo is, despite the similar stats, the stamina is much higher on King Halo, and Taiki Shuttle is much lower. It's below 500, and the reason is because Taiki Shuttle does not have to run 3,000 meters or 3,000-meter long distance races. So since she doesn't have to run through the 3,200-meter spring Tenno show, I purposely kept her stamina low. In fact, by purposely picking it low, I mean that I didn't buy many of the stamina books that came out. Like I bought them if they were plus 15, but I didn't buy them if it was plus 3 or plus 7. I thought it was unnecessary, and I could spend the coins elsewhere when you win the races. The coins that you get when you win the races. For King Halo, however, I needed to raise the stamina because she has no health recovery except for this skill. And when you enter the spring of third year, you don't get the full one. You get the lower white skill version of this, which is pretty crap, but it's better than nothing. But despite all that, because my guts was high enough, I was able to win. Oh no, okay. I wasn't able to win this one with her, but I was able to win the Ten no Spring on other King Halos, which didn't have it. So here's another one. No recovery skills. Ten no Spring third place. Okay. I'm eating my own words now. Oh, here it is. Ten no Spring fourth place. All right, so that's not good. I'm pretty sure Mejiro Ryan did. So guts was high enough, and she didn't run this one. Damn it. There is a character that ran it. Oh my god. Yeah, all right, so I can't show it to you, but I had a couple of characters that ran the Ten no Spring without any heals and was able to miraculously win the Ten no Spring. Anyway, back to the topic. I'm eating my own words because I erased those characters. uh, okay, so if you notice here, she has mile S, which is what I don't need. I need this. I need the specialty in the short distance. The reason why is because King Halo. This is part of the reason why people don't like to use her, is because she is mile B, mid distance B, and long distance C. So what I had to do was I had to put in one. I had to use one character for here, one character here, for one character here, and one character for here. So that's 3 out of the 6 people that could be your ancestors that's being taken up by fixing this. And so King Halo, when I did her, when I trained her, ended up with this parentage. So Kitasan Black was supposed to give me the grass, which I desperately want. So Maruzensky was going to give me the short distance. I want that too, but I wasn't expecting that to happen. Ugri Cap was going to raise the mile, so that mile goes from B to A. The Grass Wonder raises the long distance from C to B, and my Top Gun raises the mid distance from B to A. And this Mejiro Ryan, I was like, this is good enough. I'll just have to deal with this. I don't want to keep making more parents. It's got 2 in speed, 1 in betweener, and I think Sashi is betweener, and 2 in the Aoharu scenario factor, which increases power and intelligence. So that's why I chose this character to be the parent to run it. And despite the fact that I had only 1 speed card and 2 stars in speed here, I managed to get to speed 1200. Although if I remember correctly, this one I barely managed to get to 1200. And notice that I didn't get to 1200 in guts as well, despite the fact that I have 4 guts characters. Now, the 4 guts characters that I have are Ayabe-san, Oguri-Cap, Serious Symbody, and SSR Yukino Vision. The reason why I chose these 4 is because these 3 have bonuses. So Ayabe-san and Oguri-Cap have bonuses on speed and power. So it increases the speed and power. And Serious Symbody has a bonus in speed. So I chose her, and then the speed goes up as well. Kita-san Black has a bonus on power, and King Halo has a 20% bonus to power. So I thought her power was going to go up without a hitch, but clearly it didn't in this one. And to jack up her intelligence, I chose the throne card. So that means that she's going to get 4 gold skills. Her gold skills are first star, the sommelier of the curve, the professor of the curve, and the flash of electrical strike is what I translated here. And her true skills are, of course, Ogiri Cap's Shori no Kodo and Let's Anabolic from Mejiro Ryan. So, you know, I would like her to win. I probably need to run this a few more times to hope that I would get grass A or short distance A, but that's lesser of a priority at this point. I'm actually pretty happy with this King Halo, even though, you know, it would be better if I had grass S. That would be best. And then it would be second best if I had short distance S. Okay. Now, the character that I'm going to work on the most in the next week or so before the championship meeting really starts and gets going is Mejiro Ryan. So Mejiro Ryan, I've talked about many times. As many of you can kind of guess by now, I actually like Mejiro Ryan as a character as well. So Mejiro Ryan has a bonus in power and bonus in intelligence, and she's perfect for this kind of, you know, guts training build. One of her skills can't be used to kill her tomb, but the other one can be used. This is Rising Dragon. Rising Dragon would be a great combination with her unique skill, Let's Anabolic. So Let's Anabolic is so crazy strong that, you know, if these two both proc at the same time, if I'm not mistaken, I hit peak speed fast enough that the effects of this still is lingering on. So I still get a bonus from this. So, you know, I have no hesitation in choosing this when I, you know, raise Mejiro Ryan, when I train Mejiro Ryan. So what was the character? Oh, wait, before I do that, Mejiro Ryan, where are you? Oh, here she is. She is mile C and long distance B. I can leave the long distance B as is, but I really want this to be mile A. And I want this to be short distance A, which means I need to put in 10 short distance inherits, inshi. And in the Mejiro Ryan that I have done, that I'm temporarily okay with for now, is this UG Mejiro Ryan. And she has, if I'm not mistaken, short distance 3, that's the mile, to increase the mile to a B. This is short distance 2, so that's short distance 5, 3 and 2. And then short distance 3 and short distance 3. So that's 6. So that's the total of 11 short distance. And with 11 short distance factor, you would think that I would proc short distance S. But no, I don't proc short distance S. And my Top Gun got power. I was like, do I really need the power here? But then I remember what happened with King Halo. I was like, all right, I'll go with this. And she has a star in leader. I was looking for a star in mile here. Because if I have a star in mile here, or 2 stars in mile, because I got 2 stars in mile here, then I could get this to mile A. So if I get a total of 4 stars, I'll be mile A. So 2 stars a mile, 2 stars a mile, 11 stars in short distance, and I just have to forego the power with the grass A. But you know, for a Mejiro Ryan, I don't really care that much about the power bonus that you can get from S, because her acceleration skill is so strong that, you know, it'll do the job if it procs. But she needs to be in 6th place. So keyword here is if it procs. All right. So I chose Maya no Top Gun because I wanted her skill, dynamic landing. So she's in the top three, if I'm not mistaken. And if she's racing neck and neck with any one of those three, then this skill will proc, and it would accelerate her and make her go slightly faster. And again, some people might say, well, why choose this skill? Uh, I'm okay with slight acceleration factors because in the last leg, when that actually might push you over the edge to get to the maximum speed faster. And then this happened to proc while raising Mejiro Ryan. This is Rice Shower skill. And this procs rarely, but when it does proc, it's a very useful skill. So it's like, all right, everything is locked anyway. Might as well pick this one because with Mejiro Ryan, you need to be number 6 for it to work out. So her 4 gold skills were once again, one from Kita-san Black, Professor of the Curve, one from Yukino Bijin, the Someday of the Curve, the Rising Dragon that she has on her own, and First Star, which you can get from the scenario. So 1, 2, 3, and then 4 from the scenario were the 4 gold skills that I had. And what I feared happened here, despite the fact that King Halo was able to make it to speed 1200 with Mejiro Ryan. I was just 8 shy. I couldn't make the speed 1200. What was weird for me was that I couldn't get to intelligence 1000. That was weird. Getting power 1200 was kind of expected. And guts training to 1184 was it's weird. I should have been 1200, but such is life. I was really looking for stats of 1200, 1200, 1200, 1000. Now, the reason why I want at least 901, but much higher for guts here is because Nakayama Racetrack, if I'm not mistaken, gives a slight bonus if you have a higher guts guts level. So at 301, it gives you like a slight bonus, and then at 601, it gives you a slightly bigger bonus, and then at 901, it gives you a bonus. It's not a big bonus. And if at this track record, it might mean that at 1201, it also gives you a nice bonus as well. I could be wrong. They may not happen, but like looking at it, it's like, why would it not happen? So you might ask, well, how is it possible to get 1201? It is possible to get 1201 if your condition is at peak condition. If you're at peak condition, there's a slight bonus of like 10% to each of these numbers that pops up these numbers. So that actually pops up the guts number to over 1201. And then if that 1201 happens to work, then I get that slight speed bonus in Nakayama Racetrack. Plus, at the end of the racetrack, I got a bonus as well from just a high guts thing. So 4 skills for Mejiro Ryan. Parents are 11 short distance, 2 mile, and 1 single. So I could spend time working on Maya no Top Gun to get a better parent for her. Like with Mejiro Ryan, I got Alharu factor. I actually want the Alharu factor here. But at the same time, I feel like this is all right as is. What I really need is short distance S with 11 Inshi here, 11 inherits here. Something should proc, and I should get short distance S. So I will be working on Mejiro Ryan for a while. All right, so that's it with the 3 characters that I'm planning on using: Taiki Shuttle, King Halo, and Mejiro Ryan. But there are other candidates. So that's it with those 3. But there are other candidates. So who are the other candidates? One possibility is Debuff Udon, the new character, gold ship, that is available from the current gacha. Basically has this weird skill, which basically says that if you inherit this skill, gold ship herself can use 2 rare skills, but if you inherit, you get to use 1 rare skill from the list that you have that will just go off. It doesn't matter what the conditions are, it'll just happen. So if that's the case, what I can do is, in fact, I can do, all right, I've hit max number. What I can do is, No, not that. This side here. What I can do is I can raise Shimbody Rudolph here and try and pump this up to, mid distance A, mile B. This is the reason why I need to work on both my Top Gun and as a parent and on Mejiro Ryan. But if I can get this to mile A and short distance A, and if I don't choose any of these gold skills, but only choose this, then what can happen is that somebody Rudolph's Doksenryaku Diva skill takes off in the middle of the game, even though this is a short track, even though this is a short distance race. This skill only applies to mid distance, but a debuffer can now just use this skill, which is just kind of scary, right? But I will pop this, and I will pop all the other skills, white skills that would slow down a character and make a specifically debuff Simbody Rudolph. I would also make sure that this will not become A. In fact, I will try and start with short distance B or C. And as long as it's short distance B or C, the odds of Simbody Rudolph being anywhere near the top goes immediately down. And so as soon as the final stretch, final leg of the race happens, she'll be left behind. This will proc, or at least 90% of the time, this will proc if I can get the intelligence high enough. And all the other white skills to slow other characters will also proc, and I can have a very powerful debuffer even in a short distance racetrack. So there you go, right? That's Simboli Rudolph. That's one possible character. I may do that. I don't know. It seems like an interesting concept. So the other one is Onige Suzuka. So this is short distance, and because it's short distance, only two characters can do Onige, the super runners. They run really, really far ahead of the pack. The reason why I can use her is she's got short distance D. The short distance D, it's actually much easier to get to short distance A. You only need 7 instead of 10 or more. And so I could put a significant number into here, into the turf, and hopefully get turf as short distance S, and then she could do her thing as a onige. It's a big lead runner. And she's got the skill sets that are necessary to pull that off. She's got concentration so that she never starts late from the gate. Pretty much guaranteed that you don't get late start. I wouldn't say guaranteed, but it's a pretty good chance that you're not going to get late start, especially if this procs concentration. And then at the end, she wants to use the inherited version of Seiyun Sky's angling scheming, but the inherited version is not as strong as the original version that Seiyun Sky has. So as a possible benefit, I would actually kick this in so that she actually accelerates in the very last corner. So these are the 3 characters that I was working on. Taiki Shuttle, King Halo. You see that there's a lot of King Halos here, and Mejiro Ryan. So fingers crossed, right? I'll have to do more. I'll have to work more on Mejiro Ryan to get the short distance S. But there you go. And when I get tired of the game, I might actually do a debuff. I might raise Simboli Rudolph as a debuff because that's brainless. You can actually do it pretty easily. And this is what I mean by brainless. What you can do is you set that. Kiryuing, where are you? There she is. Kiryuing Aoi for Oikomi or Chaser debuff. Where are you? There it is. Yai no Muteki, she has a chain of events. The very first of the chain of events gives a debuff on speed for chaser, not for chasers, for betweeners, for Sashi. And then if you're feeling ballsy, you can just only use Marvelous Sunday. And the reason why you want to use Marvelous Sunday is she's got these two skills to slow characters. This is the Nige Tamerai and this is the Senko Tamerai. So this will debuff runners and this will debuff leaders. And Kiryuin Away will give you, not that one, not that one, not that one. We'll give you this at the very end of the training. She'll give you this for debuffing chasers. And as I said earlier, Yaina Muteki in the very first one of her chain events. Not that one. This one gives this Sashi Tamera. So it's actually pretty easy to raise a debuffer because I'm using the monopolizer. That's the only gold skill I'm getting, and then I'm getting all the other white skills. And then after that, I just need to pump up intelligence. So I would put in these characters. I would put in Seigun Sky because Seigun Sky is a speed card that also has this skill. So if this happens early, I just click on Senko Tamerai. Oops. And so this card becomes easier to pop up Nige Tamerai because these two are already gone. So I only need to work on this one. So 1 out of 3 shot, or 1 out of 4, because 1 out of 3 that it shows up and 1 out of 4 that it doesn't show up. So there you go. I think I talked long enough on this. 3 characters: Taiki Shuttle, King Halo, Mejiro Ryan, Leo Cup. I might change my mind later and use a different character. I don't know who I would use. One possible character that I might use is Rice Shower. I used Rice Shower in the previous short track, and that's because she has this skill here and this skill here. That can be useful. Health recovery skills are not useful. The only problem is that she has 20 in guts and 10 in stamina. This is one of the hardest characters to actually get good results. But yeah. So that's it for now. Oh, and when I chose those characters, I didn't choose them by random. I also did choose them based on, their relationship bonuses. So for example, Taiki Shuttle. Add Oguri Cap here. And El Condo Pasa here. And then here it was, weirdly enough, Małżeński and where's my other Top Gun? Oh, here. And Oguri Cap had Tokai Teo and Queen. Oh, here it is. And I was at 109, but I had won enough races among these 6 characters, but this was, if I'm not mistaken, a double circle. so it was okay. So you also want to think about that as well. King Halo is pretty rough because she's known that she doesn't have many characters that work well with her. So King Halo. This is going to be Mejiro Ryan. This is Maruzinski and Kita-san Black. Maruzinski and Kita-san Black. I think I just passed Maruzinski. What the? Oh, oh, there she is. Ah, that took forever. So Magna Top Gun and Grass Wonder. Grass Wonder. Here. Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, I don't think I got double circle with this one, unfortunately. Mejiro Ryan is here. And I don't think I got double circle here either. Wait. So this is King Halo. So I got. I read like my brain is fried. So Mejiro Ryan, Aisho Kesan, check relationships. Man, Top Gun. 62 points. So Fujikiseki and King Halo. Oh gosh, it's all the way down here. Okay, Rice Shower and Marzensky. Okay, that's Rice Shower. Marzensky. Let's measure bright. Where? What the? Oh, there she is. 108. And if I'm not mistaken, for some odd reason, I was able to get to a double circle with this one. So I must have won 42 races between them somehow or another. Must add enough races that are common among them to get to that 42 points. So there you go, right? You can use the relationship chart, and then you use this to figure out who you need, right? So I could have done, 2 mile. I'm sorry, I could have done 4 mile and 6 dirt, 6 short, and then try to get to 4 short on my side. No, wait, no, it won't work that way. I would have to do 4 mile here and 3 short, and then I'll be looking for 7 short here. Holy cow, that would be really hard. All right. So that's it for now. I hope people enjoyed this. I don't know if I don't know if people enjoyed this, but I hope this was helpful for you who are starting out and thinking about the championship meeting, because it's now August. The next one is going to start in like 2 weeks. So, it is time to get going. All right. Take it easy, guys.